how I'm gonna come out of it, what's gonna be my life on the other side, how I'm gonna be accepting my new body, and how it's gonna affect my life. This was me exactly a year ago before I was going through my preventative mastectomy. And now I'm on the other side giving you this update. So October is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And even though this is not the topic of my channel, I have a personal connection to this topic since I've been living without my breasts for almost a year now, since I am BRCA1 positive. So I thought it was appropriate to share my experience on how is it like to live without breasts. It is not a topic that a lot of women talk about because not a lot of women choose to preventatively have their breasts removed. The ones that do usually are opting in for reconstruction, which is also a big transition, but I think it's different than just one day wake up without having any breasts at all. And the reason I think most women are not even considering this as an option, or if they are considering it as an option, they are terrified of the life after. And I was too, obviously. Especially in this society that we live in, it is a hard time to be a woman not having breasts, especially if you're young, single, and dating. How is this gonna affect your life? If you scroll down my page to about a year ago, you can find me yapping about my fear of this transition to be a boobless woman. I wish I could say that it didn't have a lot of effect and everything is normal, but that wasn't the case. Right after the surgery, I felt this rush of relief. I felt like a true high from just being over it, feeling like I dodged that cancer bullet. But after I got all the bandages out, I started having to process my new appearance, and it was tough. Let's just say that it wasn't perfect outcome as I imagined it. I did opted for the nipple sparing surgery and some reconstruction without any implants or fat grafting, so just the skin and fat of the breast, which does look better than just having a flat closure. But still, I think I was disappointed of how the placement of the nipple ended up being, and it was kind of hard to get over. Then I learned in a Reddit group that many people who go through this surgery feel the same, that they are disappointed by something about the placements of the scars and the nipples and everything. So after that, I had a lot of a hard time with my wardrobe because so many clothes did not fit well. Not only clothes that I thought are not gonna fit well, but some things that I was just not expecting to kind of let go of at that point. And the worst part about it is that some of the tops that I thought are fine, I went out of the house with it and just felt super insecure because I realized that when I move around and change where my arms are, that they might kind of change where they are. And I felt very self-conscious all the time on where is my shirt exactly, and if my scars are showing. Like here, you can see my scars, which right now I don't even care, but for about 5-6 months, I was using this scar tape and it just looked kind of weird. Another thing that I noticed was that when I'm with people, I think a lot about if they are noticing it, if it's something that, like, I was super aware of other people being aware of that or not. Obviously, it's rude to bring that up, what's up with your chest, but I was preoccupied with those thoughts. And I still am sometimes, honestly. Another thing that I want to mention here is about dating. It took me a while to start dating again after this surgery, probably 4-5 months. And I had no idea how this is gonna be perceived by people who might be interested romantically in a connection. So I was terrified, but also curious. And I think I was positively surprised by how this was not so much of an issue I expected it to be, especially by men who were more supportive of that than I imagined. But then I think the thoughts started creeping in when things didn't work out, and I started thinking maybe that's the reason. Maybe this is why he didn't call the day after. Maybe they were pretending to be okay with it. I don't know. I mean, it's an option and it can't be ruled out. When it came to more intimate situations, I still felt kind of uncomfortable because of the way that the sensation is different. Somewhere between not having any sensation to having a not so pleasant sensation around those areas. Just the feeling that I am too in my head in those moments, thinking about like that. Another thing I want to touch on is about my relationship with my daughter during this time. I was 100% open with her. She's seen me with my scars and my new body. She had to be very careful not to squeeze me too hard during the beginning. But also now that, even though I'm almost a year later, it's not really comfortable for me to hold her in a specific way when all her weight is on my chest. But what I like about not having implants is that I don't have anything here that is restricting for my connection with her, so I can hold her and I can lay on my stomach, and I don't have to kind of feel something foreign on my chest area, which is part of the reason why I didn't want to have implants or something like that. I don't know if I already feel comfortable in my new appearance, in my new body. I feel like it's been a year with more changes than just that, so it's still hard for me to acclimate to this newness. But I do not regret this decision, and I still feel confident that I made the best decision that I could. And the best thing about it is not having to wear any bras. It's amazing. I always hated bras, and I like to just be with one shirt and nothing underneath. It just feels so great. I don't miss my bras or the feeling of having something kind of there. And the weirdest thing is, it might be a TMI, so scroll away if you are sensitive. But if you're a woman with large breasts, you know the feeling of having sweat, underboob sweat feeling that I hated. And this summer, I sort of had phantom underboob sweat feeling when I was in heat, which is super weird because I don't have underboob anymore, but it feels like a phantom underboob feeling. So sadly, I did not get rid of that completely. Let me know in the comments if you have more questions about how it is to live without boobs. And I wish you all the health, no cancer, and go do your testings. Peace out.